Yo, are we back? Are we so back right now? I think we're so back. I think we are back. I am so excited for this. Um, as you can see, we have upgraded a little bit. We have upgraded. And we even have a standings tab. I I swear I've actually been doing stuff. I promise you. I promise you that I've been doing stuff. I have not been, uh, I have been keeping track of things and I have been working on Rucker stuff. I'm not doing nothing. What's up? What's up? I think you're first. Yeah, you're first. Exciting stuff, exciting stuff. But yeah, we'll give it another minute, but these are the standings heading into week number 3. Um, I will do the MVP, what that all means and whatnot. I will get to that, I'm sure, at the end. I'm probably also gonna have to explain what it means, but to put it simply, it's an easy way to kind of glance over and see, you know, who's doing great, who's not doing great. That's how I um, take the MVP stuff. So I wouldn't put too much stock into like it being like, oh, this is like the best Pokemon, but it's definitely a good indicator of what are some good mons, what are some bad mons, and it is actually decent for Pokemon that like, for example, um, like a Toxapex or a Corviknight or anything like that. They will still have a decent score. They won't just be a bad mon and contribute to nothing. But usually it's offensive Pokemon that are going to make these appearances. But yeah, that's the easy way to put it. I put the calculations here. You can go through and do it, right? So 2, so this is 4. This is 2 for a kill, so 4 plus 14. Um, and then 2 for a KD ratio. So that would be, I believe it's 7 divided by 1. I believe. My brain is not working right now, but I think it's 7 divided by 1. It's either that or it's 7 minus 1. I can't do math right now. And then minus 1 for a death, and then plus 2 or plus 3 for each win, so 3 times 2 is 6, and then that will get to 35. And yeah, some of these are very funny as who will be like the quote-unquote MVP. Um, but yeah, I think Reuniclus is particularly funny because it has one game played where it just dominated and then that's it. Like, I think that's really funny, but yeah, there are definitely like Pikachu being here is pretty funny. Um, that's really it. That's really it. I mean, I guess Mega T-Tar is pretty funny, but um, yeah, Pikachu's really the only goofy guy in there. So we'll see how this changes. I will update this at the very end, so we will see how this changes. But yeah, we are at 9:01. So here, welcome to week 3. It's been a fun first 2 weeks. And just as a reminder, after this week, we are now at the halfway point of draft. Week 4 is the halfway point. Um, so these games are pivotal, which I think is a lot better than a lot of other leagues where it's like 14, 12 weeks where it's like, okay, some of these games, you feel like you can drop, but every game absolutely matters. And this week especially, I am going in completely blind. I have not seen, I think I saw 2 games. That's it. The rest of these I don't really know. Um, and we're going to have some decent matchups. For example, I know this matchup um, because I am the Cincinnati Willows and I played against the Seattle Starmies, but um, you guys will see if we go to the dashboard, brand new is that we now have records. So you guys will be able to see, um, who are the good teams, if they're playing against each other, right? I didn't want to I could have put the standings. That was what I originally had, but it cluttered it way too much. So instead, it's just record differential. But usually, I mean, you could tell what a good team looks like, right? Usually 500 or better will be a playoff team, especially after this week, or especially after week 4, I should say. Um, but yeah, and then we have games, and we have K for kills, and then deaths on the right hand. So yeah, I figured this would be helpful. So we have a very, very interesting matchup. I don't know why I'm putting so much emphasis on it, but um, welcome in everybody. Welcome in. Um, we have the Band Brigade versus Hatsune Miku Fan Club. Is this actually wrong? Is this wrong? Oh no. I think this is wrong. Well, that's fine. We can just go over here and they are 1-1. I don't know why I don't know where it got 0-2-0, but um yeah, they are 1-1. I think +2. I actually just beat them. Yeah, shout out, shout out. But they're up against the Hatsune Miku fan club, who beat me. So this is just the Kalo Bowl, I guess. Um, please. Um, I would love to play against you, Mark. But we have an interesting matchup because this just looks like the oh my god, the Iron Valiant show. I don't really know what, stops it. Like, yes, there's a Tingaton and there is a Slowking Galar. Honestly, this is a decent mag matchup. Like, Macargo looks not horrible, so I could see that coming. Webs don't look bad either, especially if it's webs versus webs. You have hazard control, so I don't know if webs actually comes. Like, it wouldn't be bad, but you have support for it, so, that could be something. Pichu looks fine. Pichu's always gonna look fine most matchups just because it's an electric type, but yeah. Mega Venu, I think if I had to guess what comes, I think Mega Venu has to come for knockoff support and just something for Swampy. Um, I think Magcargo is actually very good this matchup. I think you need both of these mons for getting rid of this guy, or at the very least just Treads. And then Valley. That is what I predict. I could totally see Latios. I could totally see, whatever coming. But, yeah, that's what I think is coming on this side. I think on the other side, it's kind of cooked. Zuru doesn't look bad as kind of like an endgame Pokemon. Like if it's Scarf or Trailblaze or something, I could see that kind of doing well. But you need something for Mega Venu, and unfortunately Corvisquire is not the greatest. I think Glowking might have to be like a very offensive based one, or even like a Hydreigon is probably gonna, like, I don't know what actually kills this mon besides like banded low kicks and Unichip. So I could see, Hazard's Tinkaton coming, or even Stealthrock, Hydreigon coming. But this is a very uphill matchup in my opinion. I mean, low kicks looks very good. It looks like it gets a kill pretty much on everything, but like, still a very, very tough matchup. If I had to guess, I'd probably say Tink. I would say this. I would say Glowking. I would say Zarude. I would probably give it to Poltergeist, and then probably Swampert, but like, the Pokemon Day Direct is, 2 days, so the 27th. I think it'll probably be out. I'm assuming it's coming out like a couple hours or on Pokemon Day, but I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen because I know there's leaks and stuff, but I don't know. I hope Champions, I pray Champions is out, but we'll have to see. So, yeah, I would say Band Brigade. I think that they are probably gonna win. I don't know by how much. Maybe if I had to like, maybe like a 3 or 4-0. Um, it's a very uphill matchup in my opinion. But yeah, we will get into this. So I even have a little my guy stays. Oh, this is not what I was. This is actually pretty much what I was expecting on this side, but Pikachu. How are we doing, Pikachu? I have no classes on Friday. I'm so hyped. Pikachu and Masquerain is interesting. Um, all the rest of this makes sense. I guess you don't actually need Magcargo. I think Magcargo is not bad this matchup, but I could be wrong. No Latios and no Mega Venu. Crazy. I think Mega Venu is actually insane here, so I'm kind of leaning towards Curbside, but like, um, is this right? Why is this off by like a little bit now? I swear it wasn't off when I was doing whatever. Whatever. And now that is like that's gonna bother me. Whatever. We'll do it like that. Um yeah. I I think we're probably gonna see leads of like Treads and Tinkaton. Honestly, if I was this team, I might just lead low kicks and just like banded first impression and type crap. But Hammy, okay, this is just not what I said. This is Scarf. Scarf is interesting. Scarf is interesting. Okay, so double U-turn, so we're probably gonna see Saru come out. I thought we were gonna see Tinkaton come out, but that's fine. Yeah, because now you just get a free. I don't like. I think that's a little passive, but because now a Ceaseless comes out and you lose a little bit of ground and you don't have any form of hazard control, so we just see U-turn again. Are we gonna see Bitterblade Mon? No, we see Tink. This is kind of what I was hoping for, because now you can click a T-Wave, you can click rocks, you can kind of, you know, do whatever. Fake out. I don't like fake out sets, but sure, sure. Dragon comes out. On rocks? Oh my, this better be Defog Dragon, or else I don't know. Okay, good. I was gonna say, I don't know how else hazards are gonna get out. So, defensive Hydreigon is interesting. Flamethrowers did a lot more than I thought. I was gonna say like 60, but alright, cool. So you get, that's insane, because you can always defog those away, even though Valley comes out. It's attack, so Glowking's actually not good here. I like this play. So they're just giving up Dragon, which I don't like that they are giving up Dragon, but, you know, if they bring in, oh, they bring in this, but it pretty much allows you to just do whatever. Colbur is a really nice bring. That is a very nice bring. SD, ooh, okay, okay. If only this was, well, I guess you wouldn't be able to get the knockoff, but dang, okay, that's a very nice set. That is a very, very nice set. Unfortunately, Terapagos comes out and doesn't really care and probably kills it back, but yeah. But this is a lot closer than I thought. That was a good Colbur. Berries are good like that, especially in bad matchups, because it can make a bad matchup a good matchup for you. So I really like bringing berries there. I think that was a good play. Ting comes out just to get the kill, which is fine. You don't want to let it, you know, rapid spin or something like that, or switch into Valley. This shouldn't kill, so there's actually a shot. I don't like that, but fine. Fine. I get it, you have to burn a turn, but if you were rocks, you should have clicked them there. But I'm assuming you weren't rocks. Glow King comes out. I don't like that. Okay, well, I guess because it's special, I like it now, but double Clover is really nice. And then he gets a chilly reception, bringing low kicks. Okay. Wow. That is a very, very well played match, I have to say. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. I think low kick should win this, right? So it's going to be a 2-0. That is impressive. I was not expecting this. Yeah, that is the power of berries. Berries can take a bad matchup and make it good. Um, because Valley just automatically seemed like it did well, but again, it's knowing your weaknesses, knowing what you're bad at, knowing where your team struggles, and that is just a well-built team. A very, very well built team to bait out Colbers and whatnot, and you know, turn matchups on their heads. I thought that was very well played. And on the other side of things, I mean, now they're 1-2. Uh, I think Curb's 2-1, but on the other side of things, the Brigade fall to 1-2, and this team on paper, I know there's depth issues, but on paper, this team should be doing a lot better. So, I'm a little concerned, but again, they have a win at least, and that should be, as long as they can close out the season on a streak, they should be able to make playoffs. It's not like that is out of the wazoo. All right, so now we shalleth move on to our next matchup, and that is going to be the Coney Coney Cats versus the Soaring Chomps. And this is what I don't understand, is because I'm pretty sure this is right? Coney Coney Cats 2-0 +5, and Soaring Chomps 1-1 0. Yeah, I don't know why this is wrong. I don't know. I'm concerned, but this one's right. So we're just gonna take it. Pause. Pause of the century. We have the Coney Coney Cats up against the Soaring Chomps. I like the Coney Coney Cats. I just don't like rain. I don't like rain, especially when you look at these numbers. I like the Coney Coney Cats because they're gonna prep for this matchup. I don't like the Soaring Chomps because they're not gonna prep for this matchup. They have shown that they bring the same 6, and that is horrible for draft. And maybe they'll switch one in, they'll switch one out. But the fact that Dracovish, which is probably their second or third best mon, has not come a single game is really, really scary. And I think Vish just looks really good this matchup. It looks good most matchups, but it looks very good this matchup. And spoiler alert, this is one of the games I watched. Dracovish did not come. Like, why? And for that reason, that's why I am on the Coney Coney Cat side, because I know this team is gonna prep. I know they're gonna bring their mons. I know what you know. And they also have actual counterplay, right? They have Rillaboom, they have Sneasler, which can outspeed. They have speed boost, so they have speed control. They have hazards. They have Sunny Day with Scovillain. You know, they have so many different ways. Yes, Dipplin 6-0. I like where your head's at. Dipplin was gonna be the other mon that I did instead of Snom, but Snom is awesome. So, but yeah, I am very concerned for the Soaring Chomps because this is probably a must-win game, and I'm afraid because I genuinely forget if they are going to bring the same 6 or same 5, because if they do, they will lose. They will lose. The other team will prep for them. So, yeah, let us head into this matchup. And yeah, that is the same 6. That is the same 6. Dipplin is the greatest mon to ever exist. Dipplin 6-0s every team because all you gotta do is bring hazards. And then you just bring Dragon Tail and you bring exactly. You bring Dragon Tail, or you bring Growth Dragon Tail, or you bring Sucker Punch for the Spectrier matchup. I'm just saying, Dipplin just looks great every matchup, and you could run Sunny Day Growth. You can run Sunny Day Growth. I'm just saying, it's the greatest one ever. But no Dipplin, sadly, but we do see Sun. We do see a lot of speed control on the other side, right? Grassy Glide, we have probably Unbird and Sneasler, and we have, you know, Chimecho doing, or Chimecho? Chinchino doing, annoying stuff. So, for that reason, I'm still taking Turquoise. I think if you get up Hazards, I think it's not wraps, but it puts the other team in a very scary situation. So, I'm assuming this is going to be Hazards, Earthworm. So, and I assume we see like a Tornadus or Pelipper lead and a Rillaboom lead on this side. Um, oh, okay. Chinchino, Tornadus. Half right, half right. Florges comes in on the Rain Dance. Um, we see Sunny Day, because everyone's going to bring Sunny Day. Flash Cannon bounces off. Unfortunate drop there. Nice 40% though. Very nice 40%. The defense raise is a little annoying, but again, like, you have Ninetales, so I'm not too worried about it. Like, an Overheat would probably kill, or Weather Ball if that comes out. Wisp is a good move. It's a very good neutral game. Or very good, oh my god, oh my goodness. It's like a mid-ground. It's a mid-ground. Very good mid-grounds. That is how you win Draft League games. You make the best mid-grounds. Moonblast comes out. If you are faster, you kill this. I think you should stay in. Yeah. 27? How did it do like 30? How did it do 45? 45 into 27. Am I missing something? Oh, the special tag drop. Torn comes in to Bleak Wind. Or sorry, this comes in to set up the sun, and then that Bleak Winds. Chinchino's not bad here. Okay, well, it's a little bad when you just give it up for free. I would have rather Earthworm come out, and then you scout for it. Because it doesn't have enough room. It doesn't have enough moves to run. I like rocks there. It is you! Oh my god! But I like setting up rocks, but they shouldn't ever run Heat Waves, so I like Earthworm better than just sacking Chinchino. Because if they run Heat Wave, that's not synergy, and we need synergy. So, anyways, this is just gonna do a nice 40%. Why was it special? Why? I see the vision, but at the same time, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, Florges comes in, it's gonna tank everything. Florges is just crazy. This one's crazy. You just wish on everything. Like, even though it's 3 to 3, I still have advantage to Turquoise because, oh, never mind. But even then, like, you can still bring in Rillaboom here, and it just picks up a kill, or you bring in Sneasler on U-turn, right? Like, but yeah, Knock is fine here. It's, I believe, it should be, oh, well, Glide's gone, but it should still be in Glide range. And then, what to do, because this is Ice Punch, clearly Ice Punch, but you live because you're goated. And Grass Glide kills. So that should be game then, because I don't see how Bolt wins, but Photosynthesis in the sun, not in the sun, high horsepower. Should put it in range of Sneasler, doing Sneasler-esque things. And they don't Thunderclap. I don't know if Thunderclap's a kill, but they definitely did not Thunderclap. So, and they were White Herb, not Grassy Seed. So, yeah, a nice little 1-0. It's unfortunate, man, because you have this in like almost every league, but please prep. Please bring prep. We should not be 3 weeks in. And, set up for Um, again, uh, draft. Um, uh, it's rain, and when you play rain, your brain kind of turns off a little bit, so that is why, Bolt did not come in. And then Thunderclap crit. Yeah, probably was a roll, because Sneasler doesn't have good defenses. I believe its SPDF is like 80 though. Um, yeah. So, definitely a match of all time. Like I said, please prep, please bring different mons because, um, yeah, like that's the thing. Like I have said for now 3 straight weeks that Dracovish has a great matchup every single week, and every single week it has not come. Pause. And that is crazy. That's crazy. So it really annoys me, especially on a rain team. You shouldn't be bringing the same Torrent set every single week. You shouldn't be bringing the same Pelipper set every single week. Like, I, I don't like it. And if you are gonna bring the same sets, or the same mons, I should say, bring different sets. We should not be seeing AV, Arcaludon for like the 50th time. Like, that's why I gave, Coney Cats the difference in this matchup, because they prep, and the Soaring Chomps don't prep. So but yeah, good win. Keep the undefeated streak alive. But moving on, we have the Hero Hunters versus a little cut off versus the Portland Palafins. And if you had told me that both of these teams were 0-2, I don't know what I would do, but I would not believe you. I would not believe you. The Portland Palafins being the team that, why would they be 0-2? Portland Palafins, if you don't know, coached by a really good player. Same with the Band Brigades, them being 1-2, right? Like, 0-2. This team is a very good team, and the past, I believe both of their losses were like kind of fluky, in that there were some hacks and whatnot. But the Hero Hunters, man, this team, I just do not like. I do not like this team. I think I've made it very evident that I don't like it, but I don't like this team. And in this matchup, Talonflame should never have a good offensive matchup, yet, like, what is the Talonflame answer? Like, genuinely, like, it's Heatran, that's it, trans rights, Heatran, and then you just go hard Gliscor on it? Like, I don't like this matchup. I don't like this matchup. If I can literally say 2 Mons just beat this team, you're doing something incredibly wrong. So I think both of these Mons look incredible. I think on the other side of the things, I mean, Bundle, it's called Iron Blunder for a reason, but I think it has a good matchup here. You just need to get rid of really, Iron. Oh my god, how did I blank on Iron Hands' name? You gotta get rid of Iron Hands, and you gotta get rid of definitely Spadef Goldango. Those are really the two you gotta get rid of. And to that I say, like, uh, Banded Bulwark guy, or Mawile, right? Chip down with your other Pokemon to then give Bundle the late game sweep, or give Superior the late game sweep, right? Because it's pretty obvious you're probably going to be bringing, like, these 6. I don't see why you shouldn't bring those 6. Maybe you're like, I'm going to be edgy and bring Golem, right? Which Golem I could definitely see, because maybe you can run like lead Golem with rocks and whatnot. But like Heatran could do that, so like I don't know. And also, if you bring Golem, then you have to bench one of your actual Pokemon. So it's like it's not the greatest, right? But with that all said, I'm still taking the Portland Palafins, because Palafin is on this side of the screen and not that side of the screen. So let's get on with the battle. If I get it up. Okay. I don't know why we have Terror Preview. But yeah, we do see the unfortunate Golem. It's not like Heatran was gonna be good this matchup. No, no siree, no. Um, I don't like this. I don't like this. But, um, I am open to the idea of late game bundle or late game superior and chipping everything down so that you can enable that. And I think it's still doable. It's just really, really tough, especially because, like I'm assuming this is lead golem, and you have like 3 mons that get removal. So I'm a little, like I'm not. No, I was gonna quit the office. I don't want to do that. So. Um, yeah, let's just get into this. Obviously, it's going to be lead Golem, probably lead Palafin or Gliscor, but we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, we do see lead Palafin, probably into Gliscor. Flip turn does 93, and that's baby Palafin. Oh my goodness. Earthquake comes out, which is an interesting play if you're lead Golem, but they get Cuss Tap Rocks, so nice little rock trade. Which I actually like them going for rocks because it gives you more momentum. Um, so I like that play. Wisp here is a very nice play. I did actually watch this battle live, but like this is still a very, very, I don't know why I did it like that, but this is still a very good play. Um, if a little crazy to make a read like that, especially this early on. Um, it's very good in that it worked, but in practice, this is probably not the right play because Gliscor can just set up hazards on your team. So it's not like the greatest, or it can get a toxic off, right? And at that point, it's like a very negative trade for you, right? Like I get like, you know, oh, they're gonna, I should click Hydro Pump here. So let me switch into that. So I get why you would click Willow here, but um, I think it's not the greatest play in that it's very early on to be making a play like that. And if you are making a play like this, it's very evident in how you play. And that means that your opponent is going to play a little bit more aggressive to match your aggressiveness. But, like, for example, Volt is very free here, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a Volt come out. And then you just bring in a threat, right? Like, exactly, because you're going to play a little bit more aggressive. So I'm going to balance that with safer plays, because that's usually how you beat that. Pause. I don't know why Serp comes out here. Serp just gets walled. I mean, I guess if you were going for this boost, but Serp is absolutely walled by Goldango here. So, not the greatest thing in the world. I don't, like I said, I think Mawile is a better play. I think even Bundle's better. Or going back to Rotom Wash. I don't understand why you are letting Serp just die. Like, Serp is just dying. Um, Unlucky para, but Talonflame picks up a kill, if it's like banded, or not banded, but if it's, you know, a scary SD set or whatever, but still, you get a nice pivot, you get to bring Goldango in, which, unfortunate crit, but you tank it pretty well, and you get the Shadow Ball. You should still live the next one, so you should be able to recover. Unfortunate miss, but again, the recover always comes off, so it's not like crazy impactful. That one's a little bit more impactful because now it's, 60, but to be fair, Hydro Pumped was clicked 4 times, 3 out of 4 hit, which is 75, which means it's about on pace. So, Burning Bulwark is just D-Dance. This just gets walled by it though. Um, So, oh my goodness, that did way too much. But still, even then, Palafin comes out, it clicks its funny button, and it just claims a kill. So, not the greatest thing in the world, but we can just, I don't know why Jet Punch wasn't clicked here, but sure, you get the flip turn out, you get to bring in Goldango because that forces in Mawile, and then you can go into Talonflame, um, or you can honestly stay in. I don't know what the moveset is, but yeah. Um, really good positioning here. Knockoff. No Flame Body there. Sucker Punch. I don't understand why Sucker Punch is clicked here. And I also don't understand why Sucker Punch is clicked here. Very intriguing as to why. I would love to know the decision behind that. But, yeah, definitely. And then just, why is it now not? And we're going into Bundle, and then it misses because it's Iron Blunder, not Iron Bundle. Talonflame picks up a kill, as it should. We bring in Goldango. Talonflame comes back in on knock, so this is just in kill range permanently. Altaria comes in. It doesn't have to Terra if it doesn't want to, but Earthquake should put it in range of a Paladin button, or more accurately, a Goldango button. But yeah, Paladin picks up a kill there, Goldango comes in, and from there it is wraps. So, yeah, very tough. It is impressive that this game went to a 3-0, honestly, but, you know, if you're the Tapu, I think you need to be playing towards a win con, and I think establishing one early on or in Builder is definitely something you should be thinking about, because I don't know what their genuinely I do not know what their plan was. I think about like right here, I don't know what the plan is. Like, I assume it's a bundle endgame, so you're just like, oh, I'm gonna weaken everything, right? And you're doing a good job at that, but Goldango is still at 100, and you haven't been able to like bait it out or do anything like that. So I think having something that was choice band in this matchup could have been better. You just didn't have a way of breaking the defense at all, and you just went into like a sack war, and then, you know, when the mon that like does extremely well, or I think that was Mawile, right? Like Mawile just starts going off. And it's like, if you were chipping things down earlier, then, you know, you could have actually won this match. And but yeah, still good game. Every game's a learning lesson. So good match, and yeah, we shall go to our next game, and that will be the College Ave Cubs up against the Ludicolo. This is also right, which is crazy that this team is 2-0, but you know, it's whatever. I do not believe I watched this match. I believe I didn't. I'm unsure, but Spectre just looks kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, Spectre just looks like it clicks Shadow Ball on every mon. And then Cart looks like it can clean up on those mons that you can't click Shadow Ball on, so I feel like these two should be able to break for each other, or find a way to break for each other. I could see Rocks on this side. I think Moltres is for sure coming. Pause. I don't think Blissy's great here. I think it's actually like an instant put on the bench. So I would say Spectre, these four plus you. Is Arbok? Is Arbok even a good option? Maybe, maybe not. It's knockoff support. I think it gets T-spikes, so like it could do something. Swirlix isn't bad because you can get up webs, but at the same time, you know, this is a spinner, so I think Silvally should come. Moltres has not played a game. Is that right? If that's right, that's crazy. But yeah, I think these 6 will come, or at least they should be the ones coming. But we'll see. On the other side of things, Meowscarada, holy! Meowscarada clicks knockoff and just does whatever it wants, or clicks U-turns if it's protective pads. That could be really good because you just kind of chip at everything, right? If Moltres comes in, I mean, crazy to say, but you go Cramorant, or you go Walking Wake. Yeah, I cannot believe I just said that, but like, yeah, I think this has to be protective pads. Moltres actually looks very good into this team. So I think like AV has to be something you think of, or like defensive walking wake with like knockoff. Actually, defensive walking wake looks very good. Knockoff support, it can handle this, it can handle this, it can handle... Yeah, that might actually be very good. That might actually be very good. And then if you are Colbur on something, um, or sorry, no, you have, yeah, if you're Colbur on this, like, I mean, Delmise is kind of like a perfect answer. So I'm kind of leaning towards the Niloticolos just because I think they have a better, they deal better with the Kartana matchup. Um, and while the Spectra matchup has a little to be desired, like, I think they can figure out ways to kind of deal with it, right? Like, T-Spikes I think is really good. I think Mega Diancie is very fragile this matchup, so I think they can find ways to exploit it. But yeah, this is a very interesting matchup. Also, Webs looks crazy good. Webs just look very good. So if Webs do come, like, it's gonna be very hard to generate even like more offense, and you can't exactly go Diancie, like lead off against this, because if I see a Diancie lead off, I'm gonna be probably lead Vikavolt, and I'm probably gonna be Charlie Berry, so that rocks get halved, or at the very least I'm gonna invest so that you can't really do anything, and then I'm just gonna Oko it, right? And or I'm gonna have something prepared, right, for Mega Diancie. But regardless, I do think the Kodos have a little bit of a better matchup, but usually I'm a little bit wrong on these, but we'll see. I actually don't know. Where is Thou Battle? X-ray. Oh, this one. Okay. Let's go. So we do see Savali. No Zygarde is something. Is something. Blissey I don't like just because, like, what is it doing here? But yeah, this is pretty much what I expected on the other side, right? Like, Rachi looks very good. Delmise as a stopper. Walking Wake defensive, right? Like, this is pretty much what I said. So that is nice to see. That I predicted that a little bit. But yeah, Moltres first in the builder is interesting. I think it's right, but maybe it's lead Overquill. Maybe it's lead Overquill. Lead Overquill doesn't look bad, but I'm assuming it's like AV or something. But we'll have to see. So probably it's going to be a Moltres Meowscarada lead, if I had to guess, or it's going to be Overquill. Nope, I was just wrong. So we see Rachi come in. We see Diancie come in and just die. I don't like that. I really don't like that. What is... What was that? I can switch into Walking Wake though. That is true, but you can do something with Savali to make it, like, wall it. You know? Like, you can bring, like, Fairy Savali or Water Savali. Like, Blissey, the reason why... Okay, I'm gonna pause this real quick. The reason why Blissey is not good this matchup is because Blissey is very exploitable. Yes, you are correct. Blissey can switch in and quote-unquote wall Walking Wake. The issue is that the opponent knows that, and Walking Wake is gonna probably be a flip turn knockoff user, right? So it's exploitable. It's very exploitable to bring Blissey this matchup because it just puts you in bad situations. So yes, Blissey is the only way you can switch in, but we just saw a matchup where Iron Valiant looked like it KO'd the whole team, and it got exploited because the opponent ran Colberberry and just KO'd it back. So I don't know. I think you could have better ways of dealing with Walking Wake, and Blissey is just way too exploitable, especially in this matchup that is very physically heavy. So, but yeah, so we see Kartana come in. Let's just KO'd everything. Yeah, I think that's fair, but I don't know. What is this card set? Why is this not why is this not why is this not Life Orb or Bandit or something? Yeah, Overkill is just gonna start doing shit. Um, and your Savali Steel, which I don't like, but I understand, but it's again very exploitable. Rocks go up, which is not great because you don't have removal. Besides, obvious, I guess this has defog and Moltres has defog, but it forces an interesting play, you know. Moltres comes in. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I understand it. Oh, okay. Well, now I understand it. No flamethrower is interesting, so I am very curious about what that set is. But yeah, this is why I don't like Blissey, because now the opponent gets a free pivot into a threat. So I don't know. I don't know. Rock Slide is an unfortunate miss. I don't think that mattered though, because it's just a steel type, so it's a little bit of chip, but nice pivoting. This is pretty nice pivoting. You get Inspector, which is boots, sub on Thunderwave. Okay, that's a good play. That's a good play. Shadow Ball is probably doing 60, 78, whatever. Same thing. Ironhead comes out, but you get a kill now. You get a kill, and you get Rachi down. The issue is, like, Meow always comes in, and or Walking Wake, I guess, if it's like AV. But this is a Draco into flip turn. Draco into flip turn. Draco into flip turn. Or that. That works too. Yeah, Meow scares it out, and you get free chip, and it's just gonna keep adding up. It's gonna keep adding up for... I have to assume how this is played, like a Scarf Tusk or something like that in the back. Unfortunate para again, probably on whatever, on Parting Shot or however it is. This Moltres set is very interesting because it just forced that out. Like this has to be like max special attack, like offensive Moltres, which is crazy. But you get Tusk in, max defense, that's dead. The fact that Hurricane has not missed is kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. But you get a free flip. This is still winnable, albeit very, you know, if Meow has... Oh, well, that's a little tough. Is this Colbur? Or no, we already saw it. It's Boots, but Meow comes in. You can U-turn on Moltres, or... Yeah, U-turn. I have to assume your Power Gem. We see double U-turns come out, which is a nice play. I don't like Blissey here. I thought Cart was about to come out. I do not. Oh, Draco, that's unfortunate. Fair enough, fair enough. Knock comes out, which is very nice, and now you can just continuously U-turn on probably Roost. That's dead. Okay. We have a game. We have a game on our hands. That is dead. Oh no. Oh no. And you can't even go Meow. I think you kind of had to go Meow there. But that's okay. Okay. Does Meow kill? Does it kill? No. That's probably no. Okay, yeah, that's game. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. I did not think Blissey would be good, and it literally just won the game, so that's what I know. Wake Scarf. That's true. That's true. I don't think I liked how the game was played on the other side of things. Maybe it's just my playstyle, but um, doesn't feel like a lot of bulk was on this team, especially on like the special side of things. Moltres was a really good bring, because there's actually no switch-ins to the spawn, which is crazy. So very nice play to bring Moltres, and have it be offensive the way it was. But yeah, I still not the biggest fan of this team, but you know, aren't they? They're 3-0 now, so like, you know, That has to mean something. So, moving on, we have the new look Mount Tapus up against the ceaseless Cerulege. I need to switch this. Um, very, and their plus minus gets cut off, which is pretty funny. Um, this is actually this was meant to be speed boost for attack. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. But this is a very interesting matchup in my opinion. I think Ceaseless should win, but like Tabu Koko looks very intriguing as kind of a mixed attacker. Yeah, not missing a single Hurricane was crazy. Like it got clicked. Sorry, we'll double back into this, but it got clicked 3 times. At least one of those times it has to miss, and it didn't miss any of those times. So, um, but yeah, Cinderace doesn't look horrible. You can probably U-turn with it a lot. Alolan Raichu looks really good. Alolan Raichu, Life Orb, in electric terrain, I don't really see what stops it. Besides, like, obviously Roaring Mid. Um, so, maybe you're like AV or Scarf Roaring Moon. I don't know. I don't know. But I think the game plan is pretty simple. It's chip stuff for either Alochu or Mega Medicham, either one of those two. Maybe you bring the guy in the back. I don't think it's particularly good because of S-Terrain and, or Psychic Terrain. I guess it's P Terrain. P. Nidoking also looks pretty good into the seam. No, it doesn't, but it looks good against this. So I think probably we'll see Coco. I think we'll see Cinderace. I think we'll see Alolachu. I think we'll see Medicham. And then from here, it gets really interesting. I think we probably see Halucha. I think we have to see Halucha. And then I think we have to see Rotom for like defensive utility, especially like getting a Wisp here, or even on like a Slacking, which actually doesn't even look bad this matchup. Getting a Wisp on Nidoking, getting a Wisp, or not on Nidoking, sorry, on Gligar, on Hitmontop, especially on Melmetal, right? Like a Wisp could go a long way. So I think this has to come. And then you probably leave this home. I believe that's your only rocker though, so maybe it does come, but yeah, I don't like this being your only rocker. I think that's crazy, but I guess you have spikes, so maybe you bring Frostlass for spikes. I don't know. Um, but the other side looks really good. Like this team just looks very complete compared to the other team. And yes, double fighting is a little scary against this team, but I think having Gligar, I think having a Alomomola, like I think they'll be fine. Maybe we'll see. I think we'll probably have to see Spadef like AV Nidoking, but I imagine it's gonna be just the core, like just what you kind of expect to come. Just because these 6 just look really good every matchup, but especially this matchup, it'll be very interesting to see how both of them prep, right? Because I'm just looking at things of kind of like what would I do or what would I think, but you know, obviously I'm not the end all be all, so this is usually very intriguing to see how these kind of go. So, we shalleth look, and we shalleth see. We do see Gambit, and we do see Frostlass. No Alolachu. No Alolachu. I don't like that. I don't like that. Alolachu, I felt like had a very decent matchup. Because Electric Spam looks very good into this team. It just looks very, very good. And Cinderace now just looks crazy, right? If you can get out Gligar, which you have Frostlass to do, you have Ice Punch, Mega Medicham to do, and you have U-turn, you have ways of getting it in. I'm kind of leaning more towards this side. I'm kind of leaning more towards this side. Obviously, I could see you know, this team is very good on the right and probably is going to win, but there is a path. There is definitely a path. It's a tough path, but there is a path. Um, so we'll probably see a Frostlass Electrode lead, if I had to guess. Frostlass, Electrode lead. Um, Taunt, very nice spring. I honestly did not even realize Electrode gets Taunt, and it probably shouldn't. Why does it get Taunt? Reflect goes out. Taunt again on possible defog. Volt Switch is something. I don't like bringing Volt Switch when there's a ground type. That looks very good against you. Halucha, though, is probably gonna die now. Okay, well, it didn't have it didn't have Thunderbolt, so no, it's not gonna die now. Melmetal comes in. It's Chopla. I honestly thought this was gonna be like weakness policy, but yeah, that's just gonna pick up a kill. Um, yeah, they are pretty physical, huh? They are pretty physical. I was assuming Fake Out was gonna come, so I kind of don't like switching Melmetal there. I think it's a little, you know, but why does Electro know Thunder? Why does it know Sucker Punch? Knockoff comes out on Sash. Okay, okay. Spikes go out. Is this Wisp? Oh yeah, Future Sight. I forgot about that. Yeah, no, that's dead. Cinderace comes out. Is this Court Change? Why did I say is it Court Change? Why would it want to spike on its side? I don't. I'm tired. I'm tired. 27 is Criminal. Double Edge. That is tech. I don't. It's interesting tech, but it's tech. And you get chip on it, which is nice, though it does have roost. The terrain is... They don't like the terrain, I guess. I don't know. This is Scarf. Yep, bring out Gligar. Is it... Are you locked? You are... Well, you would always switch there. Nice U-turn, though. Gligar is just a really good pivot. You get in Lele. Cannot Fake Out. And this is gonna take a ton of chip, and you probably stay. Oh my goodness, that's a crit. Yes, yes, it should not be brought in singles ever, and I don't even think it should be brought on Mega Lop. I understand why it is, but like, I don't like it. I don't like it in singles. I've seen it way too much in this league. Stop bringing Fake Out. But yeah. Melmetal comes in. Ironhead doing a nice 15%. Mega Medicham is about to die, though. Okay, well, it wasn't... I don't know why Double Iron Bash was not clicked, but it wasn't. Oh, yeah, of course, of course. The 1v6 against Psychic Terrain, Roaring Moon. Yeah, yeah. I understand it. And the Gligar. Never mind about the Gligar. Mega Medicham is actually cleaning up a little bit, but it's about to die. And if King Gambit comes in, it probably dies. 52 is crazy. Kowtow doesn't really matter because this comes... Why did you bring this out? Why did you not bring Roaring Moon out? Like, you still win, but like... 3-0. Think about the 3-0. Does that mean they're... Did they really think they were fast? Were they like max speed on that? That's crazy. I don't know why you would go that. I don't know why you would ever go that. But, yep. Nice little 2-0. Yeah. Sorry, I don't have a lot of thoughts right now. My head is a little empty. But very well played game from both of them. Moving on. Oh wait, this is actually a duplicate, so we're gonna speed past this one a little bit. Let me go back to here. We're gonna speed past this one. This was actually last week, so and I believe, oh no, there's one more after this. So we have me up against the Seattle Starmies. So both of these records are right. Both of the records last time were right. I can kind of give you my perspective. I can't really give you my perspective. My head is killing me, but match fixing differential, crazy. I believe how I thought of this matchup was Psychozar offensively just looks very good into this team. Yes, there is a Togekiss, and yes, there's a Registeel, but I'm also Sun, so Registeel probably doesn't come. Um, that means Togekiss has to come, and if I'm offensive, usually Togekiss is like a 2-hit, maybe a 3-hit KO. Still gets chip on it, and I have outs to it, right? Like I have Thundurus. Chiyu should be very good this matchup. Corviknight's an extremely good pivot this matchup, and it has to be max defense for Weavile. I do not have anything that kills Weavile besides first impression, and if they are protect, that's a little scary, and I don't want to think about that. I guess I do also have a Comfy, but specifically for the mons I brought, I didn't have a way of dealing with Weavile, so I had to bring Rocky Helmet, and just hope that they didn't think I was Rocky Helmet, or didn't were banded or scarfed or whatever, right? Um, so I thought Psychozar had a really good matchup. Oops. I thought Thundurus had a good matchup. I thought Chiyu could always clean in the back and should always come, just in general. Corviknight looks very good as a pivot. Slowking looks very nice as a pivot. And I think my last one was Rune, as like rock spikes kind of just can eat everything on the other side, especially something like Iron Moth, um, or Gyapdos, or Rotom, or Volbeat, or Togekiss, right? Like, it looks decent against a lot of Pokemon, so, um, I think that was what I brought. On the other side of things, Weavile, like I already mentioned, looks crazy as just kind of a knockoff user. Sun wasn't something I really considered, by the way. I wasn't really thinking Sun was going to be good this matchup, so... but they probably have to be considering Sun, which is why something like Starmie looks fine. It's why something like Hazard Stack Garchomp looks great because you don't want to have Sun switching around. Um, Gyapdos looks pretty nice. It's just like pivot. Can also just hit hard. It gets free CCs against this team. So you have to keep that in mind. Rotom looks fine as a pivot. Togekiss looks fine. It walls a lot of stuff on the field. And it can just do T-Wave shenanigans, right? I don't have the great... Well, I have a Thundy, so I do have a good switch in, but... Manchagacha doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. But I guess it's one of your only Venu answers. Yeah, it's probably your only Venu answer, so I can see that coming. Why does it have 3 games? Oh, you know what it probably did? It probably got Mega Venu, and it probably added that to it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a gal. And then Registeel looks terrible because Sun. And also Chiyu, Slitherwing, Torkoal, um, Rune, right? U-turns on everyone, knockoffs on everyone. It just doesn't look good this matchup. So, yeah. With that being said, let us go into this battle. There we go. I'm so good at this thing. Alright. So, as you can see, Manchagacha came for reasons that do make sense, but at the time, very confused, very confused. Corv looked very good as a pivot. I kind of already explained everything on my side, but um, yeah. I think I just led Cyclozar, inferring Garchomp as a lead, or maybe I led Corv. Nope, I just led Thundurus. I don't know why, but I'm sure I had something going in my brain. I brought in this because if they click triple axle, they're going to get Rocky Helmet. They're not protective pads, they're not anything like that, so they're going to get all of it. And I know once they switch that they are not knock. I get a free roost on this every time. I think I have defog on the set, so it's fine. But they get up rocks, and I can press for chip. I need a little bit of chip for Cyclozar, so that's why I made that play. Then they switch. I believe I just defogged. I thought I U-turned. I think I eventually U-turn, or just go Thundy on T-Wave or Air Slash, right? I needed something for this mon. U-turn's pretty free. I might have knocked. Yeah, knock is pretty free as well. Taunt here in case of Calm Mind Strength Saps. Strength Slap is crazy there because if I'm Defiant, I get the boost. I don't know why that was the play after seeing Knock, but I was Prankster, but now I can get in my Cyclozar, they go Kiss, and you are about to see the most offensive Cyclozar you've ever seen in your life. Life Orb, it's gonna actually, they're gonna give it to me, which is very nice. It frees up Chiyu a ton for this matchup because Dark Pulse now looks very good. And once I realized that, I was like, okay, endgame spotted. And also, they clicked Triple Axle again, which crazy. I don't know why Knock was not in consideration, but um, you know, we're gonna be able to roost now, or U-turn. I don't know which I clicked. I just roost. I do have outs into Iron Moth, which allows me to just click that. For example, Slow King, which, as you will see after this move is clicked, doesn't really care about the threat. It just doesn't. Psyshock is going to get some chip. And then we Scald here in case they make a double because it always gets rid of Moth's sub or if they want to do something like that. So that's why there was a mix up there. But yeah, I just go for Ice Beam here. It does a nice 45. They're probably going to Strength Sap. So I just go Chi-Yu on it, and Dark Pulse just kills everything no matter what. So I just click Dark Pulse. Here, I am Scarf Chi-Yu, so Dark Pulse is probably the play. I switch out. I have to respect them being Scarf. Yeah, I agree with you. Uh, I thought they were boots or something like that. Um, I think they should have been more aggressive, especially with their Moth. I think that's 100% right. Um, but they were probably expecting Sun this matchup, and I just didn't bring Sun as well. So, um, Detail comes out. If it brings in Slow King, which isn't bad, but it's not the greatest. I just bring in Corviknight every single time. If they want to double into Moth, if they want to double into Starmie, I don't really care. I can defog now, I can roost, I can U-turn for free. I probably just roost, yeah. Because the thing is, I always have an out. Like, it's not like I'm, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm AV on Slow King. So yeah, like I'm always gonna tank everything. I don't really need to care. Scold is kill. Um, and they just go Starmie. I think I just went Rune just because I was like, I'm just gonna sack something. If they T-Bolt, they T-Bolt. They just click Surf. They get the crit, doesn't matter. But now I know, um, I now know that they are Scarf. Or I know that they're not Scarf. So Dark Pulse is free, picks up the kill there, and it picks up the kill there. So nice little win for me. A bounce back 5-0, which is really nice. Not a great loss on the other side of things, but at the same time, they were 2-0 heading into this, so they had a little bit of wiggle room. Holy. Um, but yeah, I think I played pretty well. I don't think I played bad at all. I think I'm the greatest player ever, of course. And I think I brought some good sets. I think not clicking Knock with Weavile once was really not great for them. They didn't really make a prediction. They really didn't make reads like that. So I don't really like how they played their Weavile. I think also Cow is completely right, and that Iron Moth should have been more aggressive than it was. I think it was way more passive than it should have been. Pretty sure it was Scarf Weavile, so like it's not even like a wall breaker Weavile, so they didn't really have a means of breaking. Corviknight especially just looks really good against this team. But yeah, it felt like they were playing very passively, and their team was built more passively than it probably had any right being. But yeah. Moving on, as I go here first. Moving on. We have our final game of the day, and that is the Staten Island Slashers versus the New Jersey Jellicents. This is probably the most interesting matchup we've seen, just because both of these teams look very good. Knuckle Stack actually doesn't look bad. Like, Saltcures kind of just go on everything. If you can pivot it in, it doesn't look bad at all. It can't Terra though, which is like the one downside of Knuckle Stack, but it doesn't look bad. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't look bad. Delibird, we're just going from the worst up, I guess. Delibird, um, doesn't look horrible, but it's pretty bad. So Delibird definitely doesn't come. Gren comes, Glade comes. Miltank might for the Pult matchup if they're scared and ring the bells and are alarmed, but I don't know if it should. Maybe you do. I forget if Miltank is physically or specially. I'm inclined to say specially because most normal types are like that. Um, and it's pretty much the opposite of a Tauros, so I think it's specially defensive. So maybe you decide to bring it, but Keldeo has Secret Sword, so I just don't like Miltank coming this matchup. I think you could do better ways of prepping. Like for example, I think AV Zarina looks really good as just an as just a knockoff user. I think that looks really good. So if I had to guess, I think it's these. Whoops. I think it's these. Aegislash doesn't look good to me. I could see why it might be good, but maybe. I think it does come, and I think we see something like these six. I could also see Knuckle, like I was saying. Dragalge doesn't even look bad. On the other side of things, I think it's always these five. I think I think it's these five plus Aggron, or it's, maybe you don't bring, Corner, and you bring that. So I could see that. I could see anything like that. I don't know. I don't know. Um, this will be a very interesting matchup. Alright. We do see the Miltank, which is, like I said, I was kind of on the fence about it, but yeah, we see pretty much the five that I was assuming and screens. So I personally like this side a little bit better just because I think this side is hyper offensive. And hyper offensive can be kind of because Lando just looks very good into this team. Oh wait, double Landos. I just realized that. Double Landos, that's pretty funny. But yeah, if I had to assume, probably like a Lando Pult lead or Pult and Greninja. Miltank is more physical. Oh, okay, okay. So I don't even like it now. Then I don't like it. Why would you? Maybe you're AV. I don't. I don't like Miltank here. I understand, but I don't. I don't. I think Granville does a better job. We do see Gren Keldeo instead of Pult. Secret. Okay, well, I think that might be Scarf Keldeo. I think that may be Scarf Keldeo. Princess comes in against Rotom. Super Fang is a really nice play. I really like that play. You're gonna get chip on Rotom. You know, Crunch is good here. Get the drop, which is nice. They're gonna, I assume they're gonna just Pain Split here. Try and Volt, which is interesting. So this gets a free, I was gonna say knock, but I guess that works. This is just gonna not Pain Split. Why are we refusing to Pain Split? Now it should Pain Split. Okay, well, I guess not. Rocks go up, which is actually very nice. Miltank, shout out for actually doing something. Superpower comes out, so it actually does matter that it's physically bulky. So unfortunate miss, but I actually don't hate Miltank now. Miltank actually isn't bad. It doesn't look great in the corner. Oh, well, that's a dead Aegislash, but Glade comes in for funsies, I guess. I don't know. Please be agility. Okay. Or don't. I guess that's fine. Ice Punch is fine. Ice Punch is fine. Pult comes in. That's why I don't necessarily love it, but Clear Body makes sense. D-Dance. Just Shadow Ball. 48. No business doing 48. That is absurd. Do they have like any Scarf mon? Is Lando Scarf? Lando Scarf. Okay. So probably are gonna see Knock him out. Or we're gonna see U-turn. We see Knock him out. So this is just gonna switch into Miltank for Reflect. So if it wants to, yeah, Miltank is fine there. Lash Out. Lash Out is a move to click. It is definitely a move. I think Miltank is actually going to do very well because they're not treating it like a threat for reasons which we don't know. Um, Corner comes in. Miltank is fine. If it's SD Ogre, I think it just wins on the spot. And I think it just wins on the spot, assuming it's Trailblaze and whatnot. Because Ivy Cudgel doesn't, work the way you think it might. And it's gonna do a lot of damage, so. Holy Seismic Toss. Miltank is actually cooking. What the hell? What the hell? It just killed Ogerpon. Holy crap. Gallade has to come in to be sacked. Except it's not. Are you Agility? SD! Okay, well you just die next turn, but like, SD! What if you're like... What if you're like... Okay, I was gonna say, what if you're priority or like... I don't think it gets Sucker, but shout out Mr. Hands. Ground Puppy comes in, and it is in the ground puppy. So GG's on both sides. Yeah, I'm just a hater on hyper offense, I guess. But Miltank definitely did a lot more than I thought. Dragalgy was needed for momentum on Rotom and Keldeo. Miltank and Gramble just sit there, yeah. I think it does get Sneak. Okay, yeah. Then I'm a fan of that. But I don't like how... I don't like both Miltank and Gramble coming. I think one is fine enough because they both do very similar roles. Yes, one gets rocks, the other doesn't, but they both are status monsters. They both want like Intimidate, or they have good abilities and they want to stop shit, right? So I can understand that, but Miltank just doesn't wall Ogerpon as well as you might think it does. Like, yes, it did a fine job, but it was probably Sap Sipper, and Ogerpon just clicks Ivy Cudgel on it. Rocky Helmet doesn't care for it. So if Toxic was banned or wasn't legal, then Miltank would not come to this match. But that's just my opinion. Um, yeah, I definitely like SD Sneak. I think that's really cool because I'm assuming why else would you SD there? Um, but SD Sneak is really cool. I think Agility would have been a lot better this matchup just because you want to be outspeeding Pult, and it looked like this team really struggled against like uh, they kind of had to click EQ eventually, and they just never did. And if Lando locks itself into a move, it makes your opponent's job a lot more easier. Um, but yeah, hmm. Yeah, I definitely do think though that not having any momentum was really bad, especially because your only form of momentum was U-turn, and you're playing against hyper offense, which itself thrives on momentum, and like they just got free volt switches and parting shots into their best Pokemons. So I I think it was well played more so on this side, but I think it was also like a matchup difference where like because of the mons they brought, like it just made this side's time like a lot more easier, right? Because it pretty much felt like 5 mons were you know alive at the end, even though 4 are alive, but just the way things were played. But yeah, that is going to be all. I said I would update the things for it. So I will do that right now. I actually did this in a very not good way, but I didn't ask. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. Yes, we're gonna go to results. We're gonna go. It's definitely an interesting week of things. Um, wait, what? I'm sorry if the stream is buffering. I did not think it was. There we go. The things are updated. So MVP is now Sneasler, which makes sense. It has been on a tear as of late, so that makes sense. Reuniclus got another kill. Mega Tyranitar. This matchup actually did not happen. Um, so Mega Tyranitar and I believe it was the Pachirisu players and I think the Sneaky Zorks. Both of these teams did not play each other, so a forfeit win was given for the Pachirisu players, so that is why that is like that. Chiyu, my baby, getting up there. I'm so proud of you. Landorus makes sense. Iron Moth, Mega Diancie. Pretty standard names we're now seeing, except for Pikachu, but low kicks, love low kicks, so I'm glad that mon's doing well. Um, but yeah, about 20 is going to be average, I think, as time goes on. I think the best Pokemon will probably have around 60, the medium will probably be 40, and then 20 is probably the low end, or like 20, 30 is going to be the low end. So, um, yeah, definitely very interesting how things have shaken out. Um, every team actually in the playoffs has a winning record, which is probably a first in a while, but shout out, shout out. Um, and on the other side of things, there's a lot of teams that are 1 and 2. Like, for example, these three teams, I think all should be able to make playoffs. Sneaky Zorks probably will be eliminated next week. Like, every team that's 0 and 3 right now is in must-win scenarios because I'm assuming 4 and 3 should get you in playoffs. 3 and 4 is probably not as likely, so you can really only drop one game at most. And we'll see. We'll see. There's a chance that, you know, these four teams will go up against each other. So if I had to guess, I would say these three teams are going to make playoffs, or at least two of these three teams are going to make playoffs, and one of these four teams might make playoffs. Might. On this side of things, I think Pachirisus are gonna fall. I think I think the Cubs are gonna fall. I think either the Cats or the Willows will fall. And then I think maybe the Starmies. I think that's it though. Like and by fall I don't even mean like get out of the playoffs. I just meant like they might lose a couple more games or something, and get lower in the seeding. But like, yeah, this is a very, very interesting week, how things played out, and yeah, I will be looking forward to next week. I'm sorry if there's any lag or anything like that. The Wi-Fi is ass, as always, but